What's going on, guys? It's that guy with movies back here again, and welcome to another one of my quarantine collections, I guess. And today's video, or today's collection, is going to be my Blu-Ray collection. Yes, I am doing my Blu-Ray collection already, so without further ado, let's get started on the top stuff here. Like these two, The Roots and The Forbidden Planet, those aren't Blu-rays, but they're up top. I'm sure I've showed this in my DVD collection already, but I have my Wizard of Oz 3D set here, which is actually really cool. I got that for about 50 bucks for Christmas. So it's a really nice set. It includes the 3D version of the movie. It's got the regular Blu-ray version, the DVD. Plus it's got like a documentary about MGM too. Plus a whole bunch of like trinkets in that. And it's a very limited edition. I think it's numbered out of like 50,000 or something like that, or maybe like 150,000. But yeah, it's a really nice set, really beautiful, and I'm really glad to have that in my collection. So that's about it for the top stuff. And of course I do have some other, Blu-rays in my collection, but those are going to be saved for when I do my Steelbooks and my Digibooks. So of course you can see like over there I have my Dirty Harry and my A River Runs Through It ones. But, for right now, let's show what I have on the shelf. This is the only shelf here, but it's a pretty big shelf anyways. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I have here on display. So we'll start with the first shelf. I have the 20th anniversary edition of Bad Boys 1 and 2. This is just like a double feature set I bought at HMV, I think, a few years ago. But just two really awesome movies in one package here. It's nothing special, it's just the regular Blu-rays on these. They have a whole bunch of, features in that. But yeah, I have those on Blu-ray here. So I'll just put that aside. And then another collection that I do have here is my Rocky Heavyweight collection, which has the first 6 movies. Of course, Creed isn't included because those ones are owned by Warner Brothers. These ones are owned by MGM. So these are the first 6 movies. So from Rocky to Rocky Balboa, you gotta love Rocky. The first one is awesome. I really love the first one. The second one is good, but it's not really like an amazing movie either. The third one kind of sucks in my opinion. I've never really liked that one. The fourth one is awesome. The fourth one's probably my favorite and the most probably 80s movie ever made. The fifth one also kind of sucks, and then the sixth one, Rocky Balboa, was actually really good. I really enjoyed that one. Same thing with Bad Boys. First one's pretty good. Second one is absolutely amazing. I really love Bad Boys 2. So now we will get on to what I have on the shelf here. So the first movie I have here is Two Guns, which I think was okay. I'm not too sure. I can't really... Sorry, this is like really out of focus when I turn the movies around. But yeah, this one was okay, I think. It was really kind of nothing special. Just a kind of bog standard action movie that, doesn't really do too much different. And then we have 10 Cloverfield Lane here, which was a really good movie. I really enjoyed this one. If you guys want a really, gripping, really suspenseful movie and just, also kind of creepy as well. If you guys want a really good movie, I highly recommend checking out 10 Cloverfield Lane. Also, one of the most unique slipcovers I've seen, too. As you can see, it's, probably about a quarter to, a third of it is, cut out, but the rest of it is, a slipcover, so that's really cool. And then I have 21 here. I still haven't seen that one. And then we have 21 Jump Street, so we're getting into the Jump Street movies here. The first one I absolutely love. This is such a great movie. Hilarious. I think probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Probably top 3, I'd say. And this movie's just really, really good. Ice Cube, just classic in this. And then I have the second one here, 22 Jump Street, which was good. I liked it, but it wasn't amazing to me or anything. I know a lot of people found it hilarious, but it had a couple funny parts. But other than that, it was good. I had no problems with it. First one is amazing, though. I really love that one. Then I have 30 Minutes or Less, which this one's okay. I didn't mind it. I think I got that one on sale during Christmas, I think. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember. Then I have 42, the Jackie Robinson story. I still haven't seen this one. I'd still like to watch it, too, because I do like sport movies. Then I have 127 Hours here, starring James Franco, of course. Really awesome movie as well. Highly recommend watching this one if you guys want a based on a true story movie. Or if you want kind of an inspiring movie too, but really like claustrophobic as well. I definitely recommend watching 127 Hours. It's really, really good. And then I have 300 Rise of an Empire 3D, which is the first of many I'm going to show you guys in my collection. So this one here, I do have the original 300 on Steelbook, so you guys will be seeing that in my Steelbook collection. This one was okay. It was nothing really special. I really do like the original 300, but this one, meh, I don't know. I could take it or leave it. And then probably one of my newer movies I have in my collection here, 1917, which is an absolutely incredible movie. If you guys have not seen that one yet, it most likely will be on, or it is on digital already. So if you guys want a really good war movie, I highly recommend watching that. Just don't go in expecting Saving Private Ryan or anything, because it's very, you know, it doesn't really have too much action in it. So now we're getting on to the A's. So we have Alien Covenant here, of course, the Walmart stickers covering it up. This one wasn't too bad, Alien Covenant here. I didn't mind it. It's not as good as the other Alien movies, but it's, I don't know, it's a fun watch, I guess. Then I have a couple more 3D ones here. I have the Amazing Spider-Man 3D, which these ones are okay. They're not too bad. They're not my favorite Spider-Man movies, but they're okay. I don't know. I think the 3D is not supposed to be that great. I actually haven't tried these ones yet in my VR headset, but you know, the Amazing Spider-Man in 3D here, it's got a really nice looking lenticular slipcover. So there is that. So I'll just put that back up there. And then I have the Amazing Spider-Man 2, of course. This one, you know, a lot of people hated this one, but I actually didn't mind it. It wasn't too bad. It is kind of messy with like 3 villains in it and just a whole lot going on. And it's like 2.5 hours and just, you know, it's kind of bloated, kind of messy, but I kind of enjoyed it nonetheless. Sorry, my arm's kind of getting sore. And then I have American Made here. So I'm just going to tilt this up a little bit more. I have American Made, which was a good movie. And then I have American Reunion here. I do have the other American Pie movies on DVD. You guys saw those in my DVD collection. But the American Reunion is the only one I have on Blu-ray. This one I'd say is probably the weakest American Pie movie for me. I know a lot of people really enjoyed it, but I don't know, I didn't really care for it. But I heard that these Blu-rays really aren't that great, so I hope maybe we can get like a 4K of these ones soon. I would definitely jump on those ones. But the reason why I don't have the other ones is because I heard the transfers are really bad on those, and I don't know, they're really nothing special. I don't really need to have them on Blu-ray. But like I said, I would have I would buy a 4K version of that. Maybe they can remaster the picture a little bit better, or maybe they can add Atmos. Not that it would benefit from Atmos, but I don't know, it's a possibility as a catalog title. Hey, if they release like Big Lebowski on it, they can release pretty much anything. And then we have American Sniper here, starring Bradley Cooper. I know I caught some flack for that last year when I said Brad Pitt is in this movie, but this does in fact star Bradley Cooper. Sorry about that, but this one stars Bradley Cooper. So that one was not bad. I didn't mind that. Then we have Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. I have the first Anchorman on DVD, and I really like the first Anchorman. I actually still haven't seen this one yet. Apparently it's got like 3 different versions of the movie on it. It's got the theatrical version, which is around 2 hours, the extended, which is just over 2 hours, and then you have the supersized version, which is 2.5 hours. So that's a super long movie, but you know, it's a Judd Apatow movie. It's got to be long anyways, but there's that. And then I have Angels and Demons here. I don't know about this movie. This one wasn't too bad, I guess. I really do like the Da Vinci Code. I know these ones get a lot of flack as well, but you know, they're good, enjoyable movies. You don't really need to, I guess they're kind of a thinking man's kind of movie. But I really did like the Da Vinci Code. This one was, I don't know, it was okay. The Inferno, I think, kind of sucked, but I really do want to see them adapt the Lost Symbol, which is the last one out of those books. Then I have Angel Has Fallen here. I think the weakest out of these Has Fallen movies. This one was not bad, but wasn't anything special either. Then I have another Stakeout, which is one of my only Mill Creek Blu-rays I have in my collection. Annabelle Comes Home. This is the only Conjuring movie I have on Blu-ray I guess if you count Curse of La Llorona as well, which you guys will be seeing in a little bit. But I do have this one here on Blu-ray. I have the other two Annabelles on DVD. That one was okay. The only reason why I have this one on Blu-ray is because the Blu-ray was actually cheaper than the DVD on Boxing Day, so I pulled the trigger and I just got the Blu-ray instead. Then I have Ant-Man in 3D here. Really good movie. I really like that one. And then its sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp here. I was thinking of upgrading this one to 4K, but I do like the lenticular slipcover that they have for the 4K. So if I can find that one used, then maybe I'll pick that one up on 4K, but for right now I just have my Blu-ray of it. It's the only like newer Marvel movie I don't have on 4K besides Black Panther. Then we have Argo here, really good movie. I know that one has a lot of hate, but you know, it's still a good movie nonetheless. The A-Team, that one kind of sucked. I didn't really care for that. I think that one has, yeah, it's got two versions of it, the theatrical and like an unrated extended cut. Can't remember which version of that I watched. I think probably just the theatrical version. Then I have Avatar in 3D. This one you gotta have in 3D, man. Avatar, you know, not really that great of a movie. I never really cared for it, but 3D-wise, it's pretty cool. Then we have the Avengers. I'd have to say probably a controversial opinion, but it's got to be one of my favorite movies, if not like my favorite MCU movie, if not probably one of my favorite movies too. This is just such a good movie, and the fact that like they could do this whole cinematic universe and like have it work out is absolutely incredible, and just I really love Avengers, the first one. And then following up that is one of my biggest disappointments, Avengers Age of Ultron. What a disappointment of a movie this one was. I remember watching it and I was just like, what? Like, what is this? This one was, yeah, not that great. The trailers made it look really promising, but other than that, it was, ugh. And then we have Baby Driver here, which was a really good movie. Backdraft, also a really good movie. Bad Santa 2, I have the first Bad Santa on Blu-ray, or not Blu-ray, DVD. And this one was not that great, that's for sure. Batman Begins, my personal opinion, two controversial ones back-to-back here. This one I never really cared for. Batman Begins here, probably my least favorite of the Nolan trilogy. And then I have Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which I really enjoyed. I know, controversial, but it's just my opinion. Then I have the Beauty and the Beast 2017 remake here. Still have not seen that one yet. I do actually want to check that one out. Beetlejuice. And then I have Big Hero 6 here, which was kind of overrated, but I did still like it nonetheless. Big Trouble in Little China, come on, you gotta have this one in your collection. Absolute classic. Kurt Russell, John Carpenter, you can't go wrong with that. Then we have Birdman, which was also a pretty good movie. It's got like this really unique little slipcover here that like you can open it up, and that's kind of what it looks like inside. So it's got like a little flap you can open, and it's also got a red case as well. So there's that. And then we have actually another Best Picture nominee. We have Black Klansman here, which is pretty good. And then we have Black Panther, which was also good. I really liked it when I first saw it, but the more I thought about it, the less I liked it. Blade Runner 2049, which was a very visually stunning movie, and I think in my top 20 of 2017, really awesome movie. I hope they could do a sequel to that one, but you know, that's probably not going to happen because of its box office. The Bourne Legacy, still have not seen that one yet. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it, but not the whole thing. Bumblebee, which was a really good movie. Cabin in the Woods, also a really unique take on horror. Also got this really cool lenticular slipcover as well. And the cool thing about it is it's written by Joss Whedon, which that's really cool. And actually Avengers is also directed by Joss Whedon as well. And then we're going into the Captain America movies here. So we have the first Avenger. It's a not bad movie. Winter Soldier, probably my second favorite MCU movie. Gotta love that one. And you also gotta love Civil War as well. I initially didn't like this one when I first watched it, but I think just the theatrical experience kind of ruined it for me. And when I rewatched it at home, I loved it. It was really good. Captain Phillips, also, if you guys want a really cool, suspenseful movie, definitely recommend watching this one. Paul Greengrass did this one, which means you will get some, a lot of some shaky cam, and by some I mean a lot. And it's actually executive produced by Kevin Spacey. Ooh. But yeah, it's a really cool movie, really intense. And then we have Chappie Chronicle, which was also a pretty unique movie. Did like a different take on the superhero genre. Cliffhanger, probably one of my favorite 90s action movies. Then we have Cloud Atlas. Never seen this one, but I heard it's pretty divisive though. Then I have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 3D. I do not have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Then we have Coco, which is, I think, probably my favorite Pixar movie. Absolutely incredible movie, and just really heartfelt, and just, you know, like really hits you in the feelings. Then we have Colombiana, pretty entertaining action. Then we have Contraband. And then we have the Crank movies here. So we have the original Crank. I think this slipcover is pretty rare because I'm one of the only people I think that actually has this Blu-ray with the slipcover still. But these are just really cheesy, entertaining, don't take themselves too seriously. Whoa, sorry about that. These movies just don't take themselves too seriously whatsoever. They're just really entertaining, crazy, over-the-top movies. But yeah, Crank 2, High Voltage. I think I like the second one a little bit better though. And then we have Creed, and then we have Creed 2 here. I like the first one a little bit better, but Creed 2 is also a pretty good movie nonetheless. And now we will finally go down to the next shelf, and what I have on display here, I have the Bourne Trilogy box set. If you open up Matt Damon here, and you open this flap up, you do get all 3 movies inside. Well, now there's like 5 of them, but there's that. And I have the Spider-Man High Definition Trilogy. Also caught a little bit of flack for saying I didn't like Spider-Man 3. I guess looking back on it, it's okay, but it's nothing really special though. But, you know, I don't know. I think it was ruined by studio interference. Now if we go down to the second shelf, the first thing I have here is the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. This is one of my only Criterions I have in my collection. I think this is just a super common Criterion release though, but it still has the slipcover and everything. Then we have The Curse of, I think how you pronounce it is La Llorona. I know I've been pronouncing it weirdly, but yeah, it's The Curse of La Llorona. But this is, I think, it's in the bottom 5 Conjuring movies, that's for sure. Really just, yeah, the only reason why I have it on Blu-ray is just to have all the Conjuring movies. The Dark Knight, really good superhero movie. And then we have The Dark Knight Rises. Another controversial opinion is I like this one a little bit better than The Dark Knight Rises. I think this is actually the best one out of all of them. And just because of, you know, like Heath Ledger's Joker, also a really good villain as well. Probably the best portrayal of Joker I think we've had. But, you know, Bane's a little bit cool too. And, you know, I just kind of like the plot of that one a little bit better. Then we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I think my least favorite of the newer Apes movies. Then we have Days of Thunder, Deepwater Horizon, which was a pretty good movie as well. Then we have District 9, also an excellent movie, a really excellent sci-fi movie. It's kind of found footage, but like not really though. Well, I mean like it is found footage, but you know it doesn't really feel like a found footage movie though. Then we go into a couple of the Divergent movies. So we have Insurgent here. I do have Divergent on Steelbook, which you guys will see that when I do my Steelbook collection. But I have Insurgent here with the lenticular slipcover, but you know, these other two are not really that great. I did like the first one though. And then we have Allegiant here, which was I think the worst one. Still didn't do part 2 of this one. I couldn't remember what they were going to call it, but you know, we have Divergent, Insurgent, and then Allegiant. I think there's 4 books, so they never did part 2. And then we have Django Unchained here, which is a pretty good Tarantino movie. I was kind of disappointed with it, though, because I thought it would probably be my favorite, but, you know, I don't know. And then we have Dr. Sleep here, which is also one of my newer Blu-rays here in my collection. Sorry if this is, I think that was a little bit out of focus, but this one has the director's cut and everything, which is like way too long. It's like 3 hours, but if you guys have seen the director's cut, leave a comment down below and let me know how it is. Like, I like the theatrical version too. And then we have Doctor Strange here, probably one of the better MCU origin movies. Really enjoyed that one, and I can't wait for Multiverse of Madness coming hopefully next year. And then we have Dogma here. I think the only Kevin Smith movie I have on Blu-ray, and the only reason why I have this one is because it's super rare and hard to find. I do have this on DVD as well. But, you know, like, you don't really get too many bonus features in this release. There are a lot of bonus features in the DVD. But, you know, this is one of the only movies I have on both Blu-ray and DVD. And then we have Dracula Untold here, which was a not too bad origin story for Dracula. Then we have Dread, an excellent movie. Still waiting on either like the sequel or the TV series that they're doing of that. Then we have Due Date, which was actually a pretty funny movie. You know, you gotta love RDJ and Zach Galifianakis just kind of riffing off of each other in that movie. Then we have Dunkirk, which I was a little disappointed with. I thought it would be a little bit better than what it was. Then we have Edge of Tomorrow, which was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was an awesome, awesome, awesome sci-fi movie. Definitely recommend watching that one if you have not seen it already. Then we have Blue Sky's Epic here, which I only got because it was 3D. Then I have the two Equalizer movies. So we have the first one, which is a pretty good little action movie here with Denzel. And then I have the second one, which is a little disappointing. You know, too much story, slow. Not really too much action in that one. And then we have E.T. You gotta have E.T. in your collection. Then we have Everest here. Also a really nice slipcover. I really like that, but not too bad of a movie. Then we have the Evil Dead 2013 remake. And now we go into the Expendables movies. So we have the first one, which is a not too bad little action movie. Probably my favorite of them is the Expendables 2. This one is an awesome, awesome movie. And then we have Expendables 3, which is the unrated version. Also a pretty nice little slipcover here. And I think I watched the theatrical version. I think this one wasn't really that great. But the other two are entertaining enough. This one they went PG-13 for and really did suffer. You didn't have like the bloody action in it or anything. You just had some really like toned down, just really bland, generic PG-13 action in that one. So that one was not that great. These two are really good though if you want some good like bloody and gory, you know, action romps, I guess, then definitely recommend watching those. Not the third one though. And then we have Fantastic Four here. These are the 2005 and 2007 ones. So we have Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer as well. I do not have Fant 4 Stick, and I probably don't intend on getting that one anytime soon. Then we have Fast 5, which actually used to be my favorite Fast and Furious movie until Furious 7 came along. That is my favorite Fast and Furious movie. But this one is still good. This one introduced The Rock into it. Or, sorry, Dwayne Johnson. And then we skip straight to the Fate of the Furious because I do have 6 and 7 on Steelbook, so you guys will see that in my Steelbook collection. But the Fate of the Furious here was also a pretty entertaining little movie as well. And then we have Hobbs and Shaw here, which was also, you know, these are all really good movies. No matter how stupid they get, the stupider the movies get, the better the movies actually are for some reason. Like, you know, they went from stealing DVD players in the first movie, and now in Hobbs and Shaw, they're like going against like genetically enhanced like robots, and like they're hooking cars to helicopters and just like trying to pull them down, and they crash, and then they're like, you know, they're still alive. Like it's crazy, and they go to Chernobyl in that one. Like, you know, come on. But, yeah, then we have Field of Dreams here. Pretty good movie. Fifth Element, also a really good movie as well. Also a really outdated Blu-ray release from 2007. So, yeah, this one is super old. And then we have Fighting With My Family, one of my biggest surprises of last year. A really good movie. If you guys see this one available, like, on demand or whatever, I definitely recommend watching it because it is a really good movie. And you do learn, like, even if you don't like wrestling, you would probably still enjoy this one. It also has, like, a director's cut as well, which is actually the exact same length for some reason. But there is that one. And then we have The Fighter, which was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. And then we have The Final Destination in 3D. So it's got a really cool little lenticular slipcover here. It's definitely the worst Final Destination movie. This one is yeah, it's not really that great. It's the one with the NASCAR race at the beginning, and it's, yeah, the effects are really bad, the acting's really bad, and just overall just a bad movie. And then we have Final Destination 5, which is in a real 3D release, and also a really cool little slipcover as well. This one was entertaining enough. It's not bad, but it's definitely not amazing like some people suggest it is. Also got some really cool 3D effects in it. I actually watched it in 3D, and it's pretty cool. Then we have Finding Dory here, the 3D version. I ordered this off at Disney Movie Rewards when they're having their sale before they went to Disney Movie Insiders, and they still don't have their physical rewards yet. I don't know why, but they don't. But yeah, definitely a weaker Pixar movie. Then we have The First Purge, which was entertaining enough, serviceable. Then we have Flags of Our Fathers here, the 2-disc special edition. And then we have one of my only Scream Factories in my collection. We have The Fog. Forrest Gump, the Sapphire series release. Sorry if this is constantly going out of focus. And then we have Fury. Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut, which has a really sweet looking slipcover. Game Night, one of my bigger surprises of 2018, which was an absolutely hilarious comedy movie. Then we have Gangster Squad, Get Out, really awesome movie there. I was kind of disappointed with Us though, I'll show you guys that in a little bit. G.I. Joe Retaliation, I have The Rise of Cobra on Steelbook, and this one I like better. Rise of Cobra is not that great. And then we have Glass, which was not too bad. Godzilla, which I think was not too bad. You know, you don't really get a whole lot of Godzilla in this movie, but what's there is some really cool action. And then we have its sequel, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was worse, actually, even though they did have more monsters in it. They still didn't have enough, actually, because they kept cutting back and forth to the humans and then to the monsters, and they all were fighting in the dark. Hopefully Godzilla vs. Kong is better when that gets released as well. Then we have Good Boys here. Then we have The Good Dinosaur, the 3D version, definitely another weaker Pixar movie as well. It's not bad, but it's not really anything too special either. Very beautiful animation. It's got to be seen to be believed. Then we have Goon here. The first Goon is really good. And then we have Goon Last of the Enforcers, which was meh. I don't know. Could care less about that one. And then we have Goosebumps here, which actually kind of surprised me. This one was not too bad. I know it's probably a controversial opinion, but I kind of enjoyed it, actually. And then we have Goosebumps 2 here, which I bought last Boxing Day. And then finally for the shelf, we have Gravity in 3D, which was really disappointing. The only reason why I bought it is because it's a 3D movie. And plus, I heard it's supposed to be a really good 3D movie as well. And now if we go down here, I'll show you guys what I have on display. Excuse me, I have the Lord of the Rings Motion Picture Trilogy box set here, which has all 3 Lord of the Rings movies plus the digital codes in them. And then I have my Force Awakens 3D set here, which is a really nice looking set. It's got like this matte finish, kind of almost rubbery feeling. And yeah, it's got the 3D in it, and that one I ordered off of Disney Movie Rewards as well. And if we go down here, I have The Greatest Showman, which is definitely a audience-pleasing movie, but the critics didn't seem to really care about it too much. Then we have Green Book, which was the year before's Oscar winner. Then we have The Green Hornet here on 3D, which I have both the Steelbook and the 3D version of this movie. So there's that one. It's an okay movie. It's nothing special. And then we have Green Lantern in 3D, which is the only reason why I bought it. And this one kind of sucks. I don't know. They really need to do like a proper Green Lantern adaptation. Ryan Reynolds just was not right for that part. And then we have The Great Gatsby here. Sorry if this is a little dark here. I'll just move over here. Great Gatsby, which has a really cool looking 3D slipcover. Then I have Gremlins. Gremlins 2, The New Batch. The Gray. And then I have a couple more Marvel ones here. I have Guardians of the Galaxy, the 3D version of that. Then I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which has a really nice looking slipcover. I do want to upgrade this one to 4K as well, which is like super expensive. Still like $35 or something like that. Then I have Gross Anatomy. Hacksaw Ridge, one of my favorite war movies. You gotta watch this one. This one's an absolutely incredible movie. And then we have Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2, not the, you'll see in a minute here, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I have the other ones on DVD. Halloween 2, which is the Rob Zombie version, the unrated director's cut. And then for Halloween on Blu-ray here, I have the newest one from a couple of years ago, which was a pretty surprising movie. I also really enjoyed that one as well. Danny McBride surprisingly wrote that one, which he's known for, stuff like Eastbound and Down and, for writing Halloween, which is really odd to think about. Then we have Hancock. It's a pretty good movie for the first half, but then it goes way downhill in the second half. And it turns into like this really weird, dramatic movie. It's been well documented before, but I don't know if they picked one of the two movies like to base this plot around, it probably would have been a lot better. Like if they decided to do like a goofy kind of superhero parody about like a drunk superhero and he just kind of screws everything up, then like it might have been better. Or if they just went full dramatic and they did like something like he was involved with Charlize and just like like they knew each other and they were in a relationship with each other and they're like trying to stop the planet. Like it's just really odd, two movies into one, and just really kind of messy ideas. And then we have The Hangover Part 2, basically the exact same thing as the first movie, except it's just in a different country. Then we have Happy Death Day, and then Happy Death Day to You. Definitely surprised by those ones. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is a really cool looking slipcover. Or if you tilt it, it's Harry Potter. And if you tilt it the other way, it's it's got Voldemort and his crew. I do need to get Deathly Hallows Part 1 on Blu-ray as well. Then I have Hercules, the extended cut, which actually really surprised me. I was definitely not expecting very much from this movie at all. But it's a really, really fun movie. Same thing with Here Comes the Boom, also a really fun movie, and definitely a lot better than a Kevin James movie would lead you to believe. Then we have The Hitman's Bodyguard. I can't wait for the second one, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Hopefully that one is as good as that one was. Then we have the Hobbit movies. We have An Unexpected Journey in 3D. I do not have The Desolation of Smaug in 3D, so I just have the regular Blu-ray of that. And then I have Battle of the Five Armies in 3D. I don't know, I kind of like that one actually. It was just constant action, maybe that's why. Then I have Home in 3D. Then I have now we're getting into the Hunger Games movies. So we have The Hunger Games, Hunger Games Catching Fire, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, and then we have Mockingjay Part 2. I still have not seen this one yet. But the first one I like, second one I really liked. I really liked that one. Mockingjay Part 1 was not really that great. Then we have I, Frankenstein in 3D. Inception. The Incredible Hulk with the really super cool green case. Then we have Incredibles 2, which was kind of a disappointing sequel. Then we have Inferno, which was not the greatest. We have Inside Out here in 3D. Definitely a really good movie. In the Heart of the Sea. Interstellar, which is one of my least favorite Christopher Nolan movies. Then we have Invictus here. Then we're getting into the Iron Man movies. So we have the first one, the Ultimate 2-disc edition of that. Then we have Iron Man 2, definitely one of the bigger disappointments for sequels. And then we have Iron Man 3, which kind of redeemed itself from Iron Man 2, which was ugh. Then we have It, the 2017 version. And then we have last year's It Chapter 2. I really like the original It. This one was not too bad. I didn't mind that one. Then we have Jackass 3, the only Jackass movie I have in my collection. Then we have Jack Reacher. I don't have Never Go Back yet. That one was not really that great. Then we have Jack the Giant Slayer 3D. Jingle All the Way, which is just a really fun, stupid, but feel-good Christmas movie. Then I have the John Wick movies here. So I have John Wick Chapter 2, and then we have John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum here. I think the second one is my favorite. The third one, I know a lot of people really like that one, but I don't know, I didn't. I think it was just the lack of story. It's still really good, though. And then we have Journey to the Mysterious Island 3D. Not really that great of a movie. The Judge, which I was really surprised by. Really good drama movie there. Then we have The Jungle Book 3D, which has a really nice looking slipcover. So I was glad to get that from Disney Movie Rewards. Then we have Jurassic Park in 3D, one of my favorite movies of all time. You gotta love Jurassic Park. Then I have Jurassic World, and finally for the shelf I have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I didn't mind. I know that's a very controversial opinion. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's just I got a lot of really controversial opinions. So now we go on to this shelf here, and I can actually sit down now. So that's good. So the things I have on display here, I have the Jason Bourne, whatever this thing is. I'm assuming it's like a Target exclusive thing. Like when I snap it closed, it's like magnetic almost. But like it's not a digibook. It's definitely not a steelbook. So it's not like a digipack either. But you know, like I don't know what this thing is. So there's that. I just got it because it looked cool. And then I have the Wolverine here. This is actually the 3D version of it. As you guys can see right there, it's got like 4 discs in it. And it's a really cool looking thing. And yeah, disc 1 is the 3D, disc 2 is the Blu-ray, disc 3 is the extended cut, and then disc 4 is the DVD version of it. So there is that. I didn't mind that one actually. So now we will go on to this shelf here. So the first thing I have is Justice League, a pretty big disappointment of a movie. I think that's very well documented. And then I have King Arthur, Legend of the Sword in 3D, which was intended to start a franchise, but it never did because it bombed. Kingsman, The Secret Service, I have the Golden Circle on 4K. I cannot wait for The Kingsman to come out in September. That one looks really good. Then I have Knives Out here. Knowing. Then I have Kong Skull Island, which is the only MonsterVerse movie like I enjoyed out of all of them. Then we have Lawless. Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole in 3D, which I think was also supposed to start a franchise too, but it never did. Then we have the Lego Movie in 3D. I think definitely everybody was surprised by this one. It is more heartfelt than it should have been, or could have been. Then we have the Lego Movie 2, the second part, and of course it did spawn a franchise. I did not get this one in 3D, by the way. And then I have the Lego Batman movie in 3D, which I really loved this one. Definitely, probably one of the funnier movies I've seen. Like, I watched it a long time ago, and I think it's probably one of the funnier movies I've seen recently. That was such a hilarious movie. I love that one. Then we have Let's Be Cops here. Let Me In. And then we have Life, which was pretty good. Life of Pi, the 3D version. The Lion King in 3D. I have the new one on 4K. Then we have Lock Up, which was not too bad of a movie. Logan, absolutely incredible movie. Probably, I'd say, my favorite of 2017. It's got like the theatrical, and it's got the Logan Noir version, which is in black and white. So that's really cool, and definitely a good farewell to Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine. And also Professor X as well, with Patrick Stewart. Then we have Lone Survivor, which is a really good movie. And then we have Looper, which has a really unique looking slipcover here. It's kind of like it's got a lot of embossing here. And, you know, you can flip it, and it's got that really weirdo looking Joseph Gordon-Levitt that kind of looks like he's supposed to look like Bruce Willis, but he doesn't really look like Bruce Willis in the movie. He kind of looks more like this weird kind of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Travolta hybrid. It looked really kind of freaky. I don't know. I wasn't really a big fan. I do like the movie, though. And then we have London Has Fallen. Then we have The Losers. Mad Max, which is, I think, the only other Scream Factory I have in my collection. I should get more of those. Then we have Mad Max Fury Road. I know everybody loves that movie, but I don't know. It was pretty good, but I didn't see the whole, like, oh, it's a 10 out of 10, it's a masterpiece thing. Then we have The Magnificent Seven, which I didn't think was all that great. Then we have Man of Steel, definitely a divisive movie, and even I keep changing my opinion on this one a lot, but my opinion now is I liked it. Then we have The Martian, which was not bad, but it's definitely not great either. And the only reason why I got it is the 3D. I wasn't as big of a fan of that one as I was a lot of other people. Then we have the Maze Runner movies. We have The Maze Runner. We've got Maze Runner: The Scorched Trials. We've got Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Can't remember. I think there were only 3 books for that one. And then we have The Meg, just a entertaining movie with Jason Statham. Megamind 3D, which is like this really weird like promotional use thing that's like released by Samsung, and I don't know, it's got like all these logos down here and everything, but it's a really weird looking thing. I do have like a Shrek 3D that's kind of got the exact same thing. Then we have Men in Black 3. I should jump on the 3D version of that one. Mile 22, which I didn't mind, and a lot of people hated that one. Ghost Protocol, or Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and then we have Mission Impossible Fallout here. My 2 favorite Mission Impossible movies. And then we have Moneyball. We have the Monsters movies here. We have Monsters, Inc., which is like in a big thick case, and then we have Monsters University. Mr. Peabody and Sherman, the 3D version. It's also got some kind of Rocky and Bullwinkle adventure thing on it. Then we have The Mummy from 2017, starring Tom Cruise, of course. My Bloody Valentine 3D, which is not, like, you know, like it's the red and blue glasses. It's not like the real 3D. Then we have National Treasure. National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. Non-Stop, which was entertaining. Oblivion. Ocean's 8. Then we have Olympus Has Fallen. It's probably my favorite out of all these Has Fallen movies. Then we have Only the Brave, a really good true story movie. Also The Other Guys, which was also a really good movie. The unrated Other edition, apparently. Then we have Ouija, Origin of Evil. Overlord, which I had an absolute blast watching. This is just such a fun movie. Just, you know, World War II... Zombies, you gotta love it. Horror as well. Pacific Rim. Then we have Pain and Gain, which was not bad. I know a lot of people think this is Michael Bay's best movie, but I don't know. I don't think so. Then we have the newest Best Picture winner, Parasite, which is, I think, the only foreign Blu-ray that I have. Like, it's not necessarily foreign, but like the only foreign movie I have on Blu-ray. But just an excellent movie. I could see why that one won Best Picture. Really very original, very well written, and just an entertaining movie that switches genres, you know, a lot in it, but I won't say any more than that. Then we have Passengers, which I know a lot of people hate, but I didn't mind it, actually. It definitely could have been a little bit better, though. Patriots Day, also a really good movie. Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg movie. The Peanuts movie, the 3D version. Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, 3D. I like these movies, but you kind of have to separate them from the books a little bit. They're not great adaptations of it. Like, they're pretty bad, I think. But, you know, they're good for what they are. They're just fun little popcorn movies you can kind of watch with the family. Then we have Pet Sematary. And then we have come to the last 2 shelves here. So the only other thing I have to show you guys is my Pulp Fiction digipack, which I did do an unboxing on. And I have all of Tarantino's movies in my collection except for Jackie Brown, so I still need to find that one. That one's a pretty good movie as well. So now if we go down here, I have Pineapple Express, the unrated version. Really entertaining movie, I love that one. Then we have Piranha in 3D, just a really fun little, you know, horror movie that doesn't take itself too seriously. Got a lot of cameos in it, just a lot of celebrities, and just overall, it's a really fun little movie. Actually, the last movie I watched for last decade. And then we have Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales. Just pull this out a little bit. Then we have Pixels, which was a lot better than what people might suggest. I know I think I'm the only person that likes that movie. Then we have The Place Beyond the Pines. Then we have Predators. I do have Predator and Predator 2 on Blu-ray or DVD. And then we have The Predator, which I think I'm one of like 2 people that also really enjoyed this movie. Then we have Project X here, the hashtag extended cut, which is also a pretty fun little party movie. Then we have Prometheus, Public Enemies. Then we have more of the Purge movies here. We have the first Purge, well, not the first Purge, but like the first Purge movie. Then we have the Purge Anarchy. And then we have the Purge Election Year, which was kind of dumb. I still haven't seen Anarchy yet. I should get around to watching that. Then we have A Quiet Place, which is also a pretty good movie. Really surprising, very original too. I can't wait for the second one when that one comes out in September, I believe. Then we have Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is Wreck-It Ralph 2. Also a pretty enjoyable movie. Rambo, the 2-disc special edition. This is the 2008 version. Really enjoyed that one. And also really enjoyed Rambo Last Blood as well from last year. Just a really, corny, entertaining action movies there. Also pretty gory as well. Then we have Rampage. Then we have Real Steel. Red. I didn't really care for Red 2. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Probably War for the Planet of the Apes is my favorite out of all those. We have the RoboCop remake from 2014, I believe. Then we have The Rock. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I really liked it when I first watched it, but then my opinion kind of soured on it because it really wasn't that great for the first little bit. It was really kind of slow, but it's got one of the best third acts I've ever seen in a movie, or like in a sci-fi movie. And we have Running Scared. Maybe even like out of any movie I've seen, probably one of the better or even best third acts I've seen. Then we have Rush here, which is also has a little flap you can open here. Really good biopic. Probably my favorite movie about racing. Then we have San Andreas here. Kind of fun little disaster movie. Sanctum in 3D. Of course, James Cameron was a producer on that. We have Saw, the Final Chapter, the uncut version. Scream 4. The Secret Life of Pets in 3D. We have The Shallows, which was a really good movie. Shaun of the Dead. You gotta have all these, Three Flavors Cornetto movies, or I think they're also called Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. We have Sherlock Holmes. These are the 2 Guy Ritchie movies. And Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. I like the first one a little bit better, but the second one is also a pretty good movie as well. Then we have Shutter Island, Sicario, Day of the Soldado, which I like the first one a lot better than the second one. And then we have Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I do have the first one on DVD. You guys saw that in my DVD collection. Then we have Sing. We got Skyfall, Snitch. Then we have Snowpiercer, really original little movie there. Kind of cool as well. Then we have The Social Network, also a really good biopic. Solo, a Star Wars story. And we have Spectre. We have Speed. Spider-Man Far From Home. The only reason why I don't have this on 4K is because I heard the audio on the 4K is pretty bad, so I just kind of vouched for the Blu-ray instead. Also, it was cheaper too. A Star Is Born. Star Trek Beyond, I do have the first 2 on 4K. Then we have Star Wars The Last Jedi, definitely my least favorite of the sequels. I know a lot of people do really like that one, but a lot of people also hate it as well. Don't laugh, guys, I have the Step Up movies, Step Up 3D. I haven't seen this one, but I did pop it in my 3D, or my PlayStation VR headset. And it's an actually really cool 3D effect. It's got, there's people dancing in it, and they kind of shoot their arms out at you, and it actually is a really cool effect. So I'm kind of glad I bought these. And then we have Step Up Revolution. I know, I got those, but they're just really cool 3D movies. Then we have Straight Outta Compton, also probably one of my favorite biopics, maybe my top 5 biopics. Then we have Stuber, one of the funnier movies from last year. Suicide Squad, I'm probably not going to pick up Birds of Prey because, well, maybe if it's super cheap, then maybe I'd pick it up, but other than that, I would not grab it anyways. Then we have The Taking of Pelham 123. Ted, I got Ted 2 on Steelbook. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3D, I still have yet to give these ones a second shot. I've seen bits and pieces of the first one, but Out of the Shadows, I've not seen the whole thing of, or I haven't seen Out of the Shadows. I haven't seen the whole thing of the first one, so I should probably get around to rewatching those. And now we are on the last shelf here, so we have the Terminator. So we're getting into the Terminator movies now. We got T2, Judgment Day, my favorite movie of all time. Then we have Terminator Salvation, a really cool looking slipcover. Also a not too bad movie as well. I like how it did kind of something different. Then we have Terminator Genesis 3D. I do have this on Steelbook as well. And the only reason why I have this is because it's in 3D. And then we have the newest one, which is Terminator Dark Fate, which I didn't mind. That one wasn't too bad. It's definitely not amazing or anything, but it's an enjoyable popcorn movie, I guess. We have Thank You for Your Service. Thor. Do I have to keep doing this? Then we have Thor The Dark World, my least favorite MCU movie. I have Ragnarok on 4K. Then we have Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Titanic. I'm still looking for the 3D version of that one. Then we have Tomb Raider from 2018. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4, which is a really good movie. We got the Transformers movie, so we have the first one, the 2-disc special edition. Also the 2-disc special edition of Revenge of the Fallen. Just the regular version of Dark of the Moon. I don't have the 3D version of that one. But I do have the 3D version of Age of Extinction, though, which has the IMAX scenes in it. And then I have the Transformers The Last Night here, which was not really that great. I still haven't gone around to watching Age of Extinction yet. Then I have Tron Legacy in 3D. Sorry about that, my camera kind of froze. I don't know if I'm running out of space or not, but we got Tropic Thunder here. You gotta love Tropic Thunder, especially Tom Cruise's character. Then we have True Romance, Twister, Underworld, Blood Wars. I'm just trying to go a little bit faster here. Unforgiven, Unknown, which was pretty good. Unstoppable, Us, which I was pretty disappointed by. That one could have been a lot better than what it was. It was actually pretty good until it stopped being a home invasion movie. Vacation, Venom, can't wait for Venom 2. The Walk, A Walk Among the Tombstones, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, War for the Planet of the Apes, Warrior, almost done here. Watchmen, the director's cut, absolutely love that movie. Then we have Waterworld, When the Game Stands Tall, White House Down, Wonder Woman, The World's End. Then we have World War Z, Wrath of the Titans in 3D, Wreck-It Ralph. Then we go into the X-Men movie, so we have X-Men, X2, The Last Stand, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, both in 3D, and the Rogue cut of the movie, which also has a little flap you can open up there. I'd say besides Logan, this is my favorite X-Men movie. Almost done here, a couple more titles to show. We have XXX Return of Xander Cage in 3D. We have Yesterday. And then 3 more titles here. We've got Zodiac, the director's cut, an absolutely incredible movie. Zombieland Double Tap, I have the first one on Steelbook. And finally, the last one to show is Zootopia. So that is it for my Blu-ray collection for 2020. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Instagram and Twitter links will be in the description down below if you want to follow me out there. Also, be sure to check out my IMDb profile page. The link for that will also be down below in the description of this video as well. To check out what I've been watching recently. Also, if you're new to my channel or if you're already subscribed, be sure to click the bell to be notified of future videos. A new video every Tuesday and Friday. So anyway, though, guys, that is about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. And I gotta take a drink of water because my throat is really super dry from all this talking. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.